So it looks like I'm reading a lot of books all at the same time. Hi, my name is Jonathan, and this is Mr. Pearson Talks Books. I want to give you an update on the books that I am currently reading. I don't know if this is going to become a series, but we're going to call this first video What I'm Reading Wednesday. And so I am currently in the middle of 5 different books, which is, even for me, an extreme number of books. The first book that I am working my way through, this is, you can see here, David Copperfield by Charles Dickens, and I am currently 526 pages into it. This is a book that I am enjoying when I'm reading it, but there are times where I set it down and am not in a big hurry to pick it back up. I am enjoying the story. It is fun. The characters are great, but it's not one that I am just really eager to get back to once I put it down. I started reading this at the beginning of May, and here it is June. So hopefully I'm going to finish. This is the book that I picked for Big Book Summer. This is also a book that's on my 50 before 50 reading challenge. Hopefully I can get this one finished. In addition to that, I have this book right here, which is called Styx and Stones by Gary D. Schmidt and Ron Korchig. I totally butchered that name. So if you happen to see this video, sir, I apologize. But this is the story of a guy whose name is Simon, and he was a shade down in the underworld working for Hades, and he spent thousands and thousands of years trying to escape, and one day he does. And he finds himself in a middle school where he befriends a boy named Zeke. And I am about halfway through this book. It's a very quick read. It's a very enjoyable read. Heard it's a lot like heard it's a lot like Percy Jackson, but never read Percy Jackson. My wife keeps telling me I need to. So maybe after this, if I enjoy this one, I will pick that up. But this is Styx and Stones by Gary Schmidt. In addition, so those are two. Another book that I'm reading, about a third of the way through, and this is Whalefall by Daniel Kraus. This is about a young man named Jay, who had a very volatile relationship with his dad. And one day his dad dies out in the ocean. And as a means of penance, trying to live up to his dad's expectations, he goes out into the Pacific Ocean searching for his father's remains. And while he's out there, he has an encounter with a giant squid, which is remarkable in and of itself. But there's also a sperm whale that gets involved, and things go from there. My understanding is he gets swallowed by the whale and then only has a certain amount of oxygen left in his tanks to be able to figure out how to escape. It's a very quick read. The chapters are super short, usually about a page or two. Very enjoyable read. Ben and Lauren over at the Youngs and the Restless said this was a great book, and so far I am enjoying it. And then for Red, White, and June, the readathon that we're doing there, I have got this book right here, 1776 by David McCullough. This is a story of King George and George Washington in the year, as you may have guessed, it's 1776, and what it was like in England leading up to the Revolutionary War, what it's like in the United States. Not very far in this one. I think I'm on page 25. Don't read nonfiction nearly as fast as I read fiction books, for obvious reasons. But I am enjoying it. His books are always very enjoyable. And so hopefully I'll get that done so I can count it toward Red, White, and June. Now, I told you I was reading 5, and I just showed you 4 because the 5th one for this week is an audiobook, and that book is called Sophia's War by Avi. And it's about a girl named Sophia who lived in, I think it was Boston or New York during the Revolutionary War. And her brother was a soldier. And when he died in captivity, when he was captured as a rebel, she became kind of radicalized against the British, and she gets caught up in a spy ring where she is working for the General Clinton, I believe his name is, and there's a major that she's getting information from. He doesn't know she's getting the information, but she's getting the information from him and passing it on to different people that are spies for George Washington. And she seems to have come across a plot to turn over Fort West Point to the British, and she's trying to figure out how she's going to get that information to General Washington before the traitor, who we know is Benedict Arnold, before he's able to go through with his plot to turn over the fort to the British. It's a fascinating book. I am almost finished with it. I will, on my drive to work, it takes me about an hour, so I listen to about 30 minutes of the book at 2 times speed, so it's an hour each way, hour of listening each way. I will finish that book probably in the next day or so before moving on to my next audiobook. Really enjoying this one. I'm so thankful that it was mentioned. I believe it was Kelly Reads a Lot, her channel, that mentioned it, and I'm glad I picked it up because I'm really enjoying it. So those are the 5 books that I am reading this week. It's a lot. Typically, I'll pick 1 or 2 for each day, read about 15, 20 minutes each book, set it down, then grab the next one, read 15 or 20 minutes. In addition to that, each morning I am going through the book of Philippians for my scripture reading, and I've done that every day so far this month, as I'm going to continue to do that, and then I'm going to move on to the book of Colossians, do that every day for the month of July, and so on. So that's my What Am I Reading Wednesday report. Hopefully some of those books will pique your interest and you'll want to grab them. But down in the comments, tell me what you're currently reading. Let me know how that is. And let me know if you like this kind of video, if you want to know what I'm reading each week. I can't promise it's always going to be 5 books. But let me know, and we'll see if we can't keep this series going, at least for a little while through the summer. And as always, my name is Jonathan. This is Mr. Pearson Talks Books, and we'll see you next time.